The world of Code Geass is built on political intrigue, advanced maker warfare, and philosophical debates on power and justice. The story begins with the boy Lelouch Lamperouge, who possesses an indomitable will to conquer the world and destroy the oppressive empire of Britannia. Early scenes show us the key relationships that will drive the narrative, particularly his bond with Suzaku Kururugi, a childhood friend turned enemy. The anime introduces a compelling backdrop of Britannia's brutal conquest of Japan, now renamed Area 11, emphasizing the technological superiority of nightmare frames, which symbolize Britannia's stranglehold on power. The themes of colonization, identity, and resistance are front and center as we delve into Lelouch's journey from ordinary student to revolutionary. The catalyst for the events of Code Geass is Lelouch's fateful encounter with CC, a mysterious green-haired girl who grants him the Geass, a supernatural power that allows him to command absolute obedience from anyone who makes eye contact with him. This power is both a blessing and a curse. Lelouch's first use of Geass is a chilling moment. Cornered by Britannian soldiers, he commands them to take their own lives. Their immediate compliance, accompanied by smiles, underscores the terrifying nature of the power. This act symbolizes Lelouch's descent into a morally ambiguous path, where the line between justice and tyranny becomes increasingly blurred. The Geass also represents Lelouch's internal struggle. On one hand, it gives him the means to challenge Britannia. On the other, it isolates him, making genuine human connection nearly impossible. The power's effectiveness lies in its ability to force others to comply, but it strips them of agency, an irony not lost on a man seeking to free his people. Lelouch's rise as a revolutionary leader, masked as Zero, contrasts sharply with Suzaku's role as a loyal Britannian soldier. Suzaku pilots the Lancelot, an advanced nightmare frame, symbolizing his commitment to the Empire. However, his motivations are more complex than simple loyalty. Suzaku believes in reforming Britannia from within, arguing that peace cannot be achieved through violence. This ideological clash creates tension throughout the series. Lelouch views Suzaku's approach as naive, believing that true change requires revolution. Meanwhile, Suzaku sees Lelouch's rebellion as reckless and dangerous, endangering innocent lives. Their personal history adds emotional weight to their confrontations, as both men struggle to reconcile their friendship with their opposing goals. One of the most harrowing moments of the series is the Shinjuku Ghetto Massacre, where Britannian forces, led by Prince Clovis, indiscriminately slaughter Japanese civilians. This scene exemplifies Britannia's brutality and the stakes of Lelouch's rebellion. The massacre also serves as Lelouch's first major test as Zero. Using his tactical genius and newfound Geass, he orchestrates a counterattack that turns the tide. His actions inspire the Japanese resistance, giving them a glimmer of hope. However, the victory comes at a cost. Innocent lives are lost, and Lelouch's growing power begins to alienate him from those around him. This event highlights the moral complexity of the series. While Lelouch's actions are motivated by a desire for justice, the methods he employs often lead to suffering. The massacre forces viewers to question whether the ends truly justify the means. Lelouch's transformation into Zero marks a turning point in the series. As Zero, he becomes a symbol of resistance, uniting disparate factions under a single banner. The mask he wears not only conceals his identity, but also allows him to embody an ideal. Zero is not just a person. He is the manifestation of rebellion against tyranny. The Resistance's growing success challenges Britannia's authority, forcing the Empire to confront its own hubris. Characters like Kallen Kazuki, a passionate fighter pilot, and Ugi, a cautious leader, bring depth to the rebellion. Their interactions with Zero reveal the complexities of trust and leadership. While they admire Zero's chadness and brilliance, they also grapple with his secrecy and willingness to sacrifice others for the cause. As the series progresses, the political landscape becomes increasingly complex. Britannia's internal power struggles mirror the external conflict with the Resistance. Characters like Prince Clovis, Cornelia, and Schneisel bring their own agendas to the table, adding layers of intrigue to the narrative. Lelouch's his Geass continues to shape the story, often in unexpected ways. Its limitations, such as requiring eye contact, force him to rely on strategy and manipulation. The power also raises ethical questions. Is it right to strip others of their free will, even in the pursuit of a noble cause? This question haunts Lelouch, particularly as he begins to use the Geass on those he cares about. Code Geass does not shy away from depicting the human cost of war. Civilians caught in the crossfire, soldiers following orders, and resistance fighters risking their lives all contribute to the narrative's emotional weight. The series challenges viewers to consider the sacrifices required for freedom and whether the price is ever too high. Lelouch's sister, Nunnally, serves as a reminder of what is at stake. Her innocence and vulnerability contrast sharply with the violence surrounding her. Leo's love for Nunnally drives many of his decisions, but it also blinds him to the consequences of his actions. Suzaku's journey offers a compelling counterpoint to Lelouch's rebellion. As an honorary Britannian, he faces discrimination despite his loyalty. His internal conflict mirrors the series' broader themes of identity and belonging. Suzaku's decision to pilot the Lancelot reflects his desire to protect others, but it also ties him to an empire built on oppression. Britannia itself is portrayed as a corrupt and hypocritical institution. Its leaders preach justice and order while perpetuating inequality and violence. The story escalates when Lelouch encounters CC, a mysterious green-haired girl who gifts him the Geass, a supernatural ability allowing him to command absolute obedience from anyone who makes eye contact with him. This power comes at a cost, both morally and emotionally, as it forces Lelouch to confront his own ideals and the extent to which he is willing to manipulate others to achieve his goals. Lelouch's confrontation with Prince Clovis is a pivotal moment. Using his Geass, Leo forces Clovis to confess Britannia's crimes, exposing the Empire's hypocrisy. This act solidifies Zero's status as a revolutionary leader and marks the beginning of Britannia's unraveling. Clovis's downfall also highlights the personal stakes of the conflict. As a former Prince of Britannia, Leouch's rebellion is deeply personal. His actions are not just about justice, they are also driven by a desire for vengeance and redemption. The episodes of Code Geass sets the stage for a complex narrative filled with twists, betrayals, and ideological battles. Leouch's transformation from a disillusioned student to a revolutionary leader raises profound questions about power, morality, and the cost of freedom. As the series unfolds, the stakes will continue to rise, forcing Lelouch and Suzaku to confront their beliefs and the consequences of their actions. Code Geass is not just a story about rebellion. It is a meditation on the human condition, exploring the lengths we will go to achieve our goals and the sacrifices we make along the way. Let's get into the facts of the concept of Lelouch's mask, and Zero persona in Code Geass draws heavily from the historical practice of revolutionaries using anonymity as a tool to inspire and lead movements. Here's a detailed exploration of the inspirations and symbolism behind Zero's masked identity. The Man in the Iron Mask. The enigmatic story of a prisoner in France who wore a mask to hide his identity inspired countless tales of secrecy and rebellion. This legend echoes in Lelouch's use of the mask to obscure his royal lineage and act freely as a revolutionary leader. Guy Fawkes, known for the failed gunpowder plot to blow up the English Parliament in 1605, has become a symbol of resistance. The Guy Fawkes mask, popularized by the graphic novel and film V for Vendetta, serves as a direct parallel to Zero's mask. Both conceal identity while symbolizing rebellion against oppressive systems. Zorro, a fictional masked vigilante, fights against injustice in Spanish California. Like Lelouch, Zorro hides his true identity to protect his loved ones, while embodying the ideal of justice for the oppressed. Although not masked, Che Guevara's image became a symbol of revolution worldwide. Lelouch's Zero persona draws inspiration from leaders like Che, whose public image and rhetoric inspired movements far beyond their personal reach. Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom's mask in Gaston Leroux's novel symbolizes both concealment of identity and the power of mystery. Similarly, Zero's mask makes Lelouch a figurehead of the resistance, while obscuring the vulnerability of his true self. Anonymity as power. By donning the mask, Lelouch transforms from an individual into a symbol. Zero represents rebellion and justice, ideals that transcend Lelouch as a person. This anonymity allows others to rally behind the cause, without being tied to the flaws or biases of a single leader. Lelouch's dual life as a high school student and revolutionary leader requires him to protect his true identity. The mask shields him from the consequences of his actions as Zero, enabling him to operate freely while safeguarding his sister Nunnally and friends. The mask imbues Zero with an aura of mystery and invincibility. Britannia's citizens and soldiers perceive Zero not as a man, but as a force of nature, amplifying his ability to inspire fear and loyalty. The mask symbolizes the conflict within Lelouch, the compassionate brother and friend, versus the ruthless strategist and revolutionary. It represents the sacrifices he must make, hiding his humanity to achieve his goals. Lelouch's masked persona as Zero resonates with audiences because it embodies universal themes of rebellion, justice, and sacrifice. The idea that a single individual can hide their vulnerabilities to become a beacon of hope reflects the aspirations of countless historical and fictional revolutionaries. In Code Geass, Zero is not just a mask, but a testament to the enduring power of ideals over identity.